Ryan Clark, Fred Taylor, Channing Crowder went out to Oxnard. We caught up with Fred, but they sat down with Micah after practice. Listen to what I had never heard this before. They were asking him about his upcoming contract. Is he worried about it? You know, all the usual stuff. And then Micah Parsons dropped this in.
Like, I'm not thinking about this game check. That's what I'm looking for right at the game. Like, no. I'm looking to dominate you today. Yeah. Like, if we doing it, why not do it at 100? Like, you're not playing for the check. Like, and then once people get the check, they fall off. I couldn't do that.
No way.
No. My competitor just too high for me to be like that, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I play the game because I love it. Like, if I didn't love the game, like, there's no money in the world that could keep me playing. Like, David Mulligetta hates me. And he tells me I shouldn't say this stuff out loud. But I said, when I hit this age, I won't tell you the age. I said, Dave, I'm leaving the game. Man. He said, well, what did they... Dave, I'm leaving. Like, he hates... He's like, bro, they could offer you this. It's not about the money, bro. It's about, like, what's next for me.
You could lead the NFL in sacks 1 year and not play the following season. To your competitiveness, I don't believe that.
Yeah.
I don't believe you could be the best rusher in the world and just stop. You can't do it. You're going to want to keep proving to people that you're the best.
Nah. Because I want to be the best at other things. That's what I said. I can't confuse purpose and passion. Football is only going to get me to, like, just, it's going to be an inroad.
Man, it's an interesting quote, because as he was giving it, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, zero chance. This dude's way too competitive. He's clearly driven to always elevate to new heights and do things like that. And so that was my thought. And then as soon as he throws that back and goes, no, I want to be the best in other things. And I was like, actually, you know what? That's also another concern, I would guess, is because I could see him just going like, all right, I've dominated this, time to go dominate something else.
I mean, that's the Paul brothers, right?
I mean, they're not nearly as good, but sure.
Yes, and I love Ryan Clark stopped him in the interview, and he goes, just to be clear, you're not going to be better at anything else in life than you are at this. I just want to make sure. Because normally, I was waiting for the RJ eye rolls over the money stuff, and I play for free, and the agent hates and saying that. 99.9% of the time I roll my eyes. Now, I don't believe Micah would play for free, but I believe he could be disrespected by a contract number. I'm not just going to give the Cowboys a humongous break. His agent is certainly, with his reputation, not going to do it, but I do think Micah is different. Now, I've fallen for that before. Some other players, I do believe Micah, in many, many different ways, has a different mentality.
Yeah, and look, it's, Ryan Clark could say that he's not going to be better at anything than he is at football, and I don't think Micah looks at it like that.
No one does, but they're all wrong. Everyone goes, oh, this is the first chapter. My second chapter going to be even better. No, it's not. Kobe Bryant was not going to be a better movie producer, even though he did win an award. He was not going to be better, and Peyton Manning's not going to be better at film or entertainment than he was at football.
Right. It's the challenge, right?
I'm just saying the reality.
Right. No,
Ryan Clark is
absolutely.
like, I'm just telling you, you're going to be best at this.
But some people like the chase. Like, you see that in relationships all the time. People bounce from relationship to relationship because they like the chase. They like the challenge. I get it.
Yeah, like now if you're like Tony Romo, for instance, you'll be better at things in your post-playing career. Like that's gonna. Now I am interested. What do you think the age was? He said he didn't want to say it out loud, but what do you, like in my head I just naturally go 30.
I thought 30 first, but then I was like 32.
32.
Maybe 32, something like that. I don't know. Maybe if it's under 30, that's terrifying for us. And if I'm Jerry and Steven hearing this, I'm going, we got a Zach Martin issue where we think Zach was close to retirement and now he's trying to get another deal out of us. Let's keep this in mind for down the road.
I mean, listen, I wouldn't do it. But then again, like if I played a position outside of quarterback, if I played a non-quarterback position in the NFL and I'm really, really good, I'll have my rookie deal. I'll get my $100 million bag and I'm out. I'm saving my brain. I'm saving my knees. I'm saving my back. And I'm going to be 80 with my mentals. I'm out. Give me my $100 million bag, my second cut, my first real free agent contract.
Yeah.
Maybe I get a title out of that. Maybe I don't. I'm out.
Micah Parsons on what a title would feel like here in DFW.
That's why I say, bro, if I win this Super Bowl, I never got worried about anything ever in my life. It's different, bro. the names that hold so much weight in Dallas, it really blows my mind how much Michael Irvin still is a legend in Dallas. Like, he walks the streets as like a god. Like, I've never seen it like that, like, ever. Like, I want it early, bro. I need it bad. Like, I visualize, like, I'm tired of watching Super Bowls and suites. Like, I'll tell you that right now. Like it's cool being with the little celebs and then Dick Dove and seeing Braun and seeing Kevin Hart and stuff. Man, F them. I'm trying to be in that bowl, man. I want to be the one they clapping for. Like, that's the visualization. Like, that's why I think it's okay to go to that stuff. Like, people so prideful, they like, man, I ain't going to that Super Bowl. I'm like, nah, man, I watch them. I watch them every time. Egos is so big now with some players, bro. It's bad. I'm visualizing that parade. Like, you got to cipher something. Like, pictures is one thing, but when you in person, you like, bro, I can't wait till I'm with my family. I watch all the families. I see the smiles. Like, I wait to see the MVPs. Man, I can't wait for mine.
Again, different, unique. A lot of guys go, I'm so competitive. I cannot go there. I cannot go to the Super Bowl. It makes me sick. I won't even watch the game. Micah is a huge visualization guy. And he's like, I got to go there and see it and imagine it in order to have it eventually take place and happen.
That is such a, I honestly, like, I'm surprised I didn't see that as a PFF graphic or whatever. That's such a damn good quote that he led off with. I'm tired of watching Super Bowls and suites. Like, that's just a great line, and I think it means something to. But
at the age of 24, he's been in the league a couple years.
Okay, yeah, all right. Like, relative to time, like passing, I understand, but still, it's something that I don't think there's anything that he says. I don't think the competitiveness or anything else. Like, you know, sometimes people feel like, not sometimes, a lot of times, people feel like the Russell Wilson competitiveness or, I got to do high knees. Like, it makes them roll their eyes.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of that exists for people with Micah. I don't know if anyone feels like he fakes it. It's not. Like, he genuinely is hyper competitive. And I think he's one of these guys who, if he's 8 years into his career and he still doesn't have a Super Bowl title, it'll be actively eating at him.
Micah Parsons, part 2, sit down with the pivot. Now let's hear about the monster season that is probably coming based upon everything he wanted to do. Again, there's just so many Michael Kobe parallels in all this. The career afterwards, the desperation, checking teammates early, and then the one offseason improvement every year for Michael, whether it's the mid-range, whether it's the fadeaway, whether it's the same thing for Kobe, Micah, and his offseason.
So, like, everything, like me hanging out with Andrew Whitworth, like, that was me. Like, I hit up Andrew, was like, please come work with me. I need to find out what I can do to get better. And I found out what I can do to get better. I want to know my weakness. Like, most people don't do that. Like, I don't think you should just train football every day. I think that's the worst thing you can do.
What were some of those things that Andrew shared with you other than the hand piece, or was that the key?
The hands was the key, but also being like, he was like, your best reps was you was attacking. He was like, when you're unsure, that's when you make these guys get comfortable again. He was like, honestly, we love when you do your little, because he was like, the good ones, we're just going to play basketball with you. I'm going to just mirror you. He's like, now, if you attack them and make them get uncomfortable, make them show their hips, make them do that, now you playing football. And I feel like that's been a huge difference. Like, everything I'm doing, I'm attacking. Like, I'm not even thinking. I know where I want to be. If you're in my way, I'm throwing you by. I'm running by. I'm going through you if you don't give me them hands. Like, everything is attacking. Like, I'm not letting nothing out the gas. And I've just put my conditioning to that, too. Like, I was like, bro, you got to give me 4 quarters. If you're not ready for 4 quarters or overtime, it's going to be a long day for you.
So there's Micah and the elevation of his hands. And what people have been talking about this offseason, Dan Quinn being like, man, your hands are in another galaxy compared to last season. And go ahead.
He's somebody who I think the first year got by on being a complete freak. And then last year, I think you saw him develop a little bit more. That's the scary thing about him, is that he's going to fill this toolbox out. Pass rushers are some of the least technically advanced players as rookies in the NFL. And you got to remember, he wasn't even doing it actively in college. And so it's a little scary to think about his ceiling is probably not been tapped into yet. We're seeing the peak athletically, but in terms of the IQ and some of the stuff in the toolbox, that can still have some room for improvement.
The guarantees for the season, Mr. BetQL, RJ Choppy, the BetQL Network, Chiafalo, Eric, if you're Zach, if you're listening, this is what Micah Parsons says you should wager on this year.
Everything. Defensive player of the year. Pros, like Super Bowl. The whole nine, like Mahomes.
So you think defensive player of the year, MVP?
Yeah.
Defensive player of the year, MVP, Super Bowl champion, Micah Parsons, is what we will be saying at this time in 2020.
MVP might be a stretch. I gotta get a little more realistic.
I'll go get you 20.
But I'm saying top 3 player in the league, top 1 player in the league. I don't know what it's gonna be, but my work, the preciseness, the dedication, everything to get there has to happen. Like one thing about God, bro, and that's one thing I got closer with, the faith, speaking to him, is gonna happen at the right time. He gonna make it happen. I just gotta keep following my faith, bro. I know it's gonna happen. He tell me all the time it's gonna happen.
Hey, for a defensive player to win the MVP,
Yeah.
you got to have like 30 sacks.
Yeah.
And about
And twice as many picks as Diggs had 2 years ago.
Yeah, no, you got to have like 30 sacks and like a dozen picks.
Did JJ win it that year?
No, it's just the only guys, Alan Page and Lawrence Taylor.
Like, if he couldn't win it that year, he had JJ in Houston. Man. Finally, this made me think of RJ Choppy.
All right.
With a Micah sighting out in Oxnard. Micah was asked about his level of celebrity, his level of stardom. Final question from the pivot.
I don't think I realized the level of superstardom that I reached. Like, I don't even think, like, it really connect, because that's not the type of dude I am. Like, I'm not a bougie dude. We want to kick back, throw spades, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm real homegrown, small city. Like, so to me, stuff really don't really hit me the same as others. Like, I don't move around like I'm a superstar. Right. Like, people see me walking in the street, they be like, bro, like, no lie. I went back home, and I'm sick. Our farmer's market got burned down, but I was in the farmer's market, and it was hot. Like, it's hot in the farmer's market. The AC don't work, but the food is delicious. Like, and I'm just sitting down with my family. This lady goes, there's no way you're Micah Parsons. I was like, well, why? She was like, because no guy like Micah Parsons would be sitting down in this hot supermarket. And I was like, you right, he crazy, huh? And she's like, hell yeah, so no way. And she just walked away. I was like, bro, like, am I tripping or is she tripping? Like, and I be really having to self-reflect that some people really see me like this way, and to me, I'm like, what make me any different from you from sitting in the farmer's market? Like, there's nothing different. You work the same way I work, you know? And I think that's how most people should approach it. Like, I walk down streets, no security, no nothing. Like, you know, I don't think I should move any different than any other human. Like, that's just me. Now, I know some dudes, they feel like they got to have security. They got to make them feel like they're important. But to me, I only value my own opinion. I know I'm important to myself and my family. And that's all that matters to me. Anybody else, we all the same.
I just thought it was a great sit down with the pivot. 45 minutes of straight gold. He was comfortable with them, too. That helps.
I just saw him walking around that night. I went out to that ramen place that was god-awful. I felt bad even turning that receipt in for the expenses. That's how bad the ramen was. But I just saw him walking around just enjoying his, free night, I guess. Like, that's whatever he does. He didn't seem like he was very unassuming.
Don't be talking too much, Micah, about zero security. Just in case. Don't be talking about that too much.
To be fair, I don't know that I've noticed many players walking around with security, though.
Right.
I know he said that. I don't know that I've ever actually seen that.